On 90 Day Fiancé, love stories are rarely simple. Couples meet across continents, cultures clash, emotions run high, and every small gesture can carry huge meaning. Among the many dramatic moments that unfold, one thing has repeatedly proven to be surprisingly powerful: jewelry. A ring, a necklace, or even a bracelet can symbolize love, commitment, and trust. But sometimes, what should be a romantic gift becomes the spark that ignites chaos. This is the story of when jewelry goes terribly wrong. For many couples on 90 Day Fiancé, the journey begins online. Messages turn into late-night video calls, and before long, someone boards a plane hoping the relationship is real. During those early meetings, gifts are often exchanged to prove affection. Jewelry, especially, is seen as a timeless token of love. But on this particular trip, what seemed like a thoughtful surprise quickly spiraled into an unforgettable disaster. Jason had spent weeks planning the moment. Traveling thousands of miles to meet his girlfriend Alina for the first time, he wanted everything to be perfect. He imagined candlelight, music, and the look on her face when he opened the small velvet box. Inside was a delicate gold necklace with a tiny heart-shaped diamond. To Jason, it represented everything he felt but struggled to say out loud. He wasn't just giving her jewelry, he was giving her a promise. Unfortunately, things didn't go exactly as he imagined. When Jason nervously handed Alina the box during dinner, her reaction wasn't the joyful gasp he expected. Instead, she stared at the necklace silently, her expression unreadable. "Is something wrong?" Jason asked cautiously. Alina hesitated. "Well, it's pretty," she said slowly. "But I thought it would be a ring." Jason blinked. A ring? In his mind, a ring felt like too much too soon. They had only met in person hours earlier. But for Alina, the necklace felt like a downgrade. After months of emotional conversations and promises about their future, she expected something stronger, a sign of real commitment. The awkward silence between them grew heavier by the second. What started as a romantic gesture had suddenly turned into a symbol of doubt. But the drama didn't stop there. Later that evening, Alina showed the necklace to her friends. Instead of admiring it, they began analyzing every detail. "Are you sure it's real gold?" one asked. "Why is the diamond so small?" another whispered. Alina's confidence began to crumble. Suddenly, the necklace didn't feel like a romantic gift anymore. It felt like proof that Jason wasn't as serious as she thought. By the next morning, the conversation exploded into a full-blown argument. "You promised me a future," Alina said angrily. "But this feels like you're not taking me seriously." Jason was stunned. "It's just jewelry," he replied. "It doesn't change how I feel about you." But on 90 Day Fiancé, symbols matter, sometimes more than words. In many cultures, jewelry carries deep emotional weight. A necklace might be beautiful, but a ring signals something permanent. For Alina, that difference meant everything. For Jason, the fight felt unfair. He had saved money for months to buy the necklace. He thought it was meaningful, thoughtful, romantic. Instead, it had become the center of a relationship crisis. As tensions escalated, another problem surfaced. Alina confessed that her ex-boyfriend had once given her a much more expensive piece of jewelry. Without meaning to, she'd compared Jason's gift to that memory. That revelation hit Jason hard. "So you're comparing me to your ex now?" he asked, frustration rising. "I'm just saying," she replied defensively. "If you really love someone, you show it." Jason leaned back in disbelief. "I flew across the world for you. Isn't that showing it?" For viewers of 90 Day Fiancé, moments like this are painfully familiar. What starts as romance can quickly unravel under the pressure of expectations. Jewelry, in this case, became more than a gift, it became a test. Days passed, and the necklace sat untouched on the hotel table. Neither of them wanted to mention it, yet both were thinking about it constantly. Finally, during a quiet walk through the city, Jason spoke first. Do you really think that necklace means I don't care about you? Alina sighed. No, but I think I built up this moment in my head for months. She admitted that she imagined a dramatic proposal the first time they met. Friends and family had filled her mind with expectations, and when reality didn't match the fantasy, disappointment took over. Jason nodded slowly. I guess I was scared to move too fast, he said. The conversation softened the tension between them. For the first time since the argument began, they were actually listening to each other. Later that night, Alina picked up the necklace and looked at it again. It suddenly felt different. Not because it had changed, but because her perspective had. Instead of seeing it as a failed promise, she began to see it as what it really was, a nervous man trying to express love in the best way he knew how. She finally put it on. When Jason saw the necklace around her neck the next morning, he smiled with quiet relief. I guess it doesn't look so bad after all, she joked. Jason laughed. No refunds, though. Their relationship was far from perfect, but the jewelry disaster had taught them something important. Expectations can be dangerous when they're never spoken out loud. On 90-Day Fiancé, gifts often carry emotional pressure. A ring might mean marriage. A bracelet might signal loyalty. A necklace might represent a promise. But sometimes, love isn't measured in diamonds or gold. Sometimes it's measured in patience, understanding, and the willingness to fix things when they go wrong. The necklace that once caused a massive fight eventually became a reminder of their first real challenge as a couple. And in a strange way, that tiny piece of jewelry turned out to be more valuable than anyone expected. Because on 90-Day Fiancé, love is never simple, and even the smallest gift can change everything.